I want to talk to you a minute about alimony. Alimony is an issue that comes up very frequently, and many people are afraid of it. They hear the word alimony and they kind of freak out. Don't blame you. There are different kinds of alimony, and there are different reasons for having alimony awarded in a case. In Florida, we have constantly changing laws. Last year in the legislature, we had 3 different bills up about alimony, and it's constantly changing because our society is changing. It used to be that the woman, particularly the women, would be stay-at-home moms, and they didn't have an opportunity to have a career or to develop the ability to make money. And nowadays, of course, we do. And so the legislature has looked at that issue as far as maybe perhaps limiting what is called permanent alimony. A permanent alimony situation is in a long-term marriage. Right now that's defined as 17 years or more. The spouse who is to pay alimony pays until death or until remarriage usually. This causes a lot of people a lot of grief because they're like, why should I have to pay her money or him money, and they can go get a job and things like that. But there are a lot of good societal reasons for that. Mainly it's because usually if you're paying alimony, it means you've been out in the marketplace, you've developed a career, and you have a higher income than the other spouse. So the courts are trying to equalize that because in a marriage you're considered a partner. And the partners divvy up, just like in a corporation, you would divvy up your responsibilities. And so in many marriages, especially the long-term ones, one spouse may have been chosen to stay at home and therefore not developed a career in the marketplace and therefore not have any real skills that would bring them money. And so that's kind of the basic theory upon long-term alimony. We now have what's called durational alimony, and that's the legislature's trying to find a way to help define alimony so it's just not some arbitrary pick a date and this is how long you're going to pay it. So perhaps maybe if you've been married 12 years, then the alimony award may be for a duration, a period of time for maybe 12 years. And so it's limited to more the amount of time that you've been married. Or it may be what we call a short-term marriage, and you may need to or be responsible to pay bridge the gap, which is just to help the other spouse get resettled, or rehabilitative alimony, which would help the other spouse go back to school so that they would have the potential to earn some money. And while they were in school, you would be responsible to help them for that period of time. So there's a lot of different changing laws on alimony, and it does pay to come in and see me because I will be able to help you and tell you which category you might fall into.